It's time to go back to Battlefield.
Hello and welcome to the Back to Warfighter podcast.
Wait, what? That's not the name of the podcast.
Is it the Back to Halo podcast?
No, that's not the name either.
Back to Minecraft.
No, it's the Back to Battlefield podcast. Of course, Infidel's with
Back
us.
to Battlefield.
And I'm RandomAlec, so welcome to episode 8. Yeah, we're already on episode 8. That's pretty crazy. But, yeah, obviously no one's playing Battlefield because it sucks right now. And, so we had a little trouble coming up with the name of the podcast and remembering it again because no one's playing Battlefield.
Yep, I have short-term memory loss.
Yeah, by the way, I probably sound different to you guys. I know I sound different to Infidel because he already told me that, but we had some issues with the microphone I've been using for the past 7 episodes, so this podcast might sound a little different. Hopefully, it's not too weird, I guess. Infidel says it sounds a lot better, so we'll go with that.
Not more clear.
More clear.
It's clearer.
Clearer. But, okay, so do you want to talk about your things first? Because I know you were excited to do this podcast.
Oh my god, forward on the dawn!
Yeah,
Whoa.
that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're stopping, they're killing statues, and they're invisible.
Yeah, the
and,
elites.
They have glow sticks on their heads. Anyway, I have some criticismness to talk about here.
Well, I want to throw something out real quick, which is hopefully the entire world has seen the Forward Unto Dawn episodes. For those of you that live under a rock, apparently you have communication enough to download our podcast. But yeah, you definitely, even if you're not a Halo fan, what happened?
Or even better, you're watching this on YouTube.
Yeah, that too. I mean, apparently you have some type of internet access and everything, and you go on YouTube, but you haven't heard of the Forward Unto Dawn. But anyway, even if you're not a Halo fan, you want to watch this. There's been 4 episodes, 4 parts or whatever, and then I know Infidel told me, I didn't see it when I watched like the 4th part today, but apparently the next part is going to be the last one. That's correct?
Yeah, that is correct. At the end, there's always been a preview of the next episode, and it says that the next one is the last.
Oh, okay. But yeah, if you're not a Halo fan, yeah, I know. I'll be depressed about it too, of course. I'm sure everyone else is, because it's gonna be like. I mean, honestly, what I was getting at is, if you're not a Halo fan, you need to watch this. This needs to become a movie. That's what everyone is saying on the internet. I mean, everyone's going crazy over these just little 5 parts that, they've released over the past 5 weeks or whatever. And, it's just crazy. Like, it shows you that this could be a movie, and, whatever producer decides to make this movie, hopefully, they realize that it'll make a ton of money. Because it looks great, just these little mini-series things that they've done.
A ton of money.
Yeah. Honestly, I wish I had the money to just become a producer and like make this my first movie and just have like all the money to blow on it and then release it for everyone to see in the movie theaters. But I don't have that kind of money.
Unless that chipping box gets full.
Yeah. But okay, so you had your criticism about part 4 in general, or you're just talking about all the parts?
Part 4 in general.
Okay. Alright, well, what do you have to say?
Because, first off, ever since the first episode, they started with like a half-hour show, and then it's gotten less and less time, shorter and shorter, and that's what I was looking for. So it's gone from a half an hour to like 14 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that when I saw the 3rd part. I was like, wow, this one was only... I think the 3rd part was only like 16 minutes, I want to say. It was like a lot. It was like a huge difference coming from like episode 1, really, because the second one, was also a good amount shorter. Because I remember watching the first part and it was like almost 30 minutes.
And then episode 2 was like... It was already down to 20.
Yeah. But
we haven't seen anything but elites yet, and they're invisible, and they have glow sticks on their faces, like I said.
Yeah,
Killing
they do look
statues and-
awesome though. I mean, they did that
and
close up
picking-
when they were stuck in that armory.
Yeah,
And yeah, they did that close up of the face and everything, and I was paying
It's cool.
attention. I mean, they did a great job with like the makeup and all that.
I really wish they didn't have that kind of elite. I wish they had one so you could actually see the face of it.
Yeah,
That
well, I
would be
noticed
really
that
cool.
there's actually a small little clip. You know, it's I don't know if we should. I guess warning
Spoiler alert.
for like spoilers and all that, but there's a part where he's looking over at the the squad when they're like on the floor and everything. As soon as they like he spots them, there is a little part in that scene that while he's looking over and he's like communicating or whatever, you could see his jaws like through the bottom of the mask like moving. So that's something
Yeah.
I noticed and I thought it was super cool.
I like their language. I'm gonna study that and then go to whatever
Gonna
planet they're
learn
from.
it. But yeah, I mean that's the only criticism you have about the time and all that.
Yeah,
And
other than that, it's pretty
I guess
cool.
you didn't see their face. I'm also hoping maybe even in the last part next Friday, they'll show one of the regular elites or whatever.
I know there will be grunts in the next episode.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. I paid attention to the preview at the end of part 4, but I didn't really catch.
I know
anything.
that because there were grunts in the mid-season trailer.
Oh yeah, so I guess they'll be in that last part. I mean, hopefully
Yeah.
they didn't take it out altogether.
hmm
But
They
yeah,
really
you're
made
not
the
gonna do
Covenant
your
look like-
your rundown of part 3 and 4.
No, I can't do that again. That was horrible.
Yeah, I had Trigger and Base telling me that lasted a lot longer than what was it, 30 seconds or something.
I paused in the middle and said this is a lot longer than 30 seconds, but whatever.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, keep going, just go ahead. But yeah, I mean, it was a good rundown. I mean, we put that in the YouTube version, and it came out pretty
I love
pretty
it.
nice.
I love the fast forwarded thing there.
Yeah, it's both episodes. I threw them in there, and I made them like what was it, like 10 seconds long each one or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just had it playing there. But yeah. So let's go into Battlefield 3. I guess we've had a couple of DLC reveals of Battlefield 3 Aftermath.
Yeah.
And,
Clap, 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 clap.
Yeah, everyone's going crazy over the crossbow in a negative
Oh my
way
God,
more
Robin
than
Hood. Oh,
more
wait,
than
no,
positive.
who's the guy that shot the apple off the head? Leroy Jenkins.
What? Leroy Jenkins? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Leroy Jenkins or Master Chef. I don't remember which one.
Oh, I don't know. I know Robin Hood has a bow and arrow. I don't know. That's what you said at first.
Yep. Okay. Confirmed. Robin Hood is in Battlefield.
Yeah, pretty much. So basically, there was a premium video, one of those exclusive videos that they add once in a while in the same page as the strategy guides and all that.
That
And
you people out there that have been listening to this since the beginning and with us mentioning every episode, hey, you should get premium, and you still don't have premium, you don't
Yeah.
deserve to live.
well, I have to admit, this footage that we're talking about, which is the exclusive Aftermath footage that they released, this was the first time there was any, besides the previous trailers, anything like that, more footage of Aftermath supposedly. It's really not worth getting premium over it. I mean, hopefully that's not the only reason you're getting premium, but anyway, basically in the trailer, it's just radio communication and footage from the single-player campaign of Battlefield 3, which shows the level where the building is falling on top of you, that there's an earthquake in Iran or whatever. And it's basically radio communication saying that they're looking for survivors. Whoever's alive, just find some shelter or whatever. And we've known that. I mean, at least I've known that. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast that Aftermath is going to be based on the aftermath of that earthquake. So the name implies
you
it.
say that every time we mention DLC.
Oh, I guess.
Every time. You've been saying it every podcast, excluding the last one, since like Close Quarters.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Infidel, did you know that the Aftermath DLC is based on After the Earthquake? But yeah, so that's that footage really wasn't that impressive. I had told Infidel about it, and it really just shows a couple of like fly-throughs of, I would assume, is like 2 or 3 levels of Aftermath. It might even just be one level. I mean, no one has an idea of the scope of these maps yet. But you just see like the buildings, all the rubble and all that, and they're flying through the levels. Now, the real trailer is the premiere one, which came out a week ago. Infidel, you want to explain this one, or do I cover it?
No, you know why? Because
Why?
I don't think I've seen it.
Of course you've seen it. That's the one with the crossbow and everything.
Oh, okay, then I've seen it.
So, yeah, go for
It's a
it.
crossbow. My segment is completed.
That's not the only thing in the trailer, though.
It's the only interesting thing.
Oh, I hate the fact that they're adding a crossbow, to be honest.
Well, I don't think the crossbow is going to be, that good, interesting. Whatever it's going to be used for. I mean, they can't really do much with it. They can't, it's not going to be anything special.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that it is a crossbow. I like the fact that it seems to be that, while playing in the aftermath maps, I'm sure this is true. That aftershocks are going on all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's something that they've mentioned before. I mean, it'll be difficult to dig that up, but I know that, somewhere one of the moderators or whatever of, the battle log of Battlefield 3, they've mentioned that you will have aftershocks once in a while when you're playing certain levels in Aftermath, and, obviously it throws off your aim and everything.
Yeah, I only know that because I'm guessing from the trailer.
Yeah, no, that's definitely going to be a part of that. Now, speaking of the crossbow, and then we'll go into everything else that we might have noticed from the premiere trailer. At first, I'm actually looking at the screenshot of the trailer here that they posted on Battlelog. At first, I noticed it looked like it was part of, an assault rifle of like an AR-15 type platform or M16, whatever you want to call it. And immediately when I saw this, before even playing the trailer, I thought it would be somewhat of an attachment, but there's been other little small gameplay trailers, and it looks like that's just how they made the crossbow, so it's going to be a gun on its own, and it looks like an M16 with, it shoots a crossbow at the end.
That sounds like that new show Revolution.
Oh yeah, you had told me about that, yeah. That watching the trailer reminded you of it, right?
Not really. Not at all.
Oh, you had told me something about that show, and I think, well, it was when we were talking about Aftermath, I guess just the levels in general or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought about the crossbow. I thought it would be more of an attachment, and it would just be something you switch to, just like a grenade launcher. You put the undersling attachment on, and then you put the crossbow, and you have it attached to your weapon. But who knows? Maybe they will do something like that, or they won't. Actually, but
that seems stupid.
It seems stupid. The other thing everyone has noticed right away as well, which is in this same screenshot of the trailer before you like click play on YouTube or whatever, is that all the classes have a different look for these maps.
Different skins. Whoa.
Yeah.
Go team.
Now, I don't know if it was you, Infidel, that told me, oh, I guess there's going to be like selectable skins and stuff. So far, everyone is not hoping for that or expects that, because it's a given that these skins are probably just going to be applied to the Aftermath maps, and it's going to be something that's part of the map. So when you're playing on the Aftermath, the game modes and maps, it's just going to be that skin. You can't really like pick between the different ones. But that's about you have anything else to say about Aftermath, Infidel?
Not really. I'm not very excited for it.
Yeah, the other thing, the last thing I just remembered is they're going to add one of the game modes they're adding. I don't know if it's the only one. Is a scavenger mode. So from what they've said so far, the way that works is you play with your squad. Apparently it's going to be a squad deathmatch type of game mode. So it's going to be 4v4. And you start off, I am assuming, just with your knife, or maybe one of the worst pistols in the game. And as you progress through this level, which I guess is going to have some type of linear setup, you'll find weapons or whatever, and then you pick them up and you survive. I guess it's still going to be based on kills, who the winner is.
So it's basically DayZ mixed with gun game, mixed with some other game modes.
Yeah. So, I mean, they've showed a little bit of gameplay of that, but it was more of a teaser, and that's, speaking of the premium videos, there's going to be another premium video released on October 30th, and they've mentioned that will supposedly show off more of the scavenger mode. So you guys could look out for that if you have Battlefield Premium.
Fun.
You seem so excited for it all, Infidel. Come on, you know you're still playing Battlefield 3 every day. What's DayZ anymore? Jeez.
I never don't play a lot of DayZ, actually.
Yeah, so the other last Battlefield 3, well, there's two more things that I want to mention. There's going to be double XP starting on, what, XP? Yeah, XP. I thought I said something else there. I was like, wait, what? But on October 31st at 3 p.m. Central Eastern Standard Time, I got that right.
No, it's mid-ocean standard time.
Mid-ocean. Bermuda Triangle time. But yeah, basically October 31st is going to be a double XP event. It's going to be for 96 hours straight. I'll probably get in on that because, you know, might as well take advantage of it. I'm only like a Colonel 37 or something like that. So I might as well try and get to Colonel 100 so people think I have no life. Yay.
Man, Colonel 100 and Warfighter.
Oh, I guess if you care about that, the way they announce it is they have a little banner that says 96 hours of double XP from Halloween to All Saints Day. I have no idea when All Saints Day is, but it's 96 hours later. Okay, so Infidel, I know you thought it was pretty cool that, or at least you pretended. Remember when they did that dog tag challenge last month that we talked about in the podcast? Yeah, they're doing another one this month.
Oh, awesome.
Which this is probably your favorite because you have to reach 2 million kills on each platform with air vehicles.
What?
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
What? How is that even possible? There's gonna be like one guy, and that's like what's his face? The dude that makes all the montages with dubstep.
I have no idea who you're talking about. He sounds like a jerk though if he's in an air vehicle.
Dude, I can't remember his name. I'll remember it eventually.
But,
Mongol FPS.
Yeah, I've never heard of him.
Really?
Is he like the top pilot as well on like Battlelog or whatever? Or the leaderboards, I guess.
Slayer.
Is he or no?
No, he's like, I don't know. I don't check out Battlelog stuff. Are you kidding me?
Infidel, you gotta do research.
Do you know who you're talking to here?
Yeah, I do actually. But yeah, so we'll show the dog tag up on YouTube and all that. It's actually really cool looking. It's another like skull image, and he seems to have like a scythe type of thing with a helmet and two horns coming out of it, and it says Death Dealer on the dog tag.
On the YouTube.
So that's pretty cool. Once again, this one actually hasn't started yet because it kicks off on October 27th. And again, it involves helicopter and jet kills. Once each platform reaches 2 million kills, they'll unlock the dog tag. And that's about it. Okay, so you wanted to talk about DayZ, Infidel, or we'll go into Warfighter?
I'll talk about Arma and DayZ at the end.
Okay. God, you're gonna talk about both games? I thought you only play. Oh, you do play both of them. Oh man. I guess I'll take a nap while you're talking about all of that.
Hey, I sit through you talking about all this like stuff. Is like, okay, on the forums, there's this, and there's that, and there's this.
Yeah, and then I asked you about some guy that you're talking about on YouTube, and you're like, what? I don't know who that is. What? I just do research. Next time you talk about someone, you have to have their social security number, their birthday, full name, who who their significant other is, all that stuff. I want all the details. Okay, so let's talk about Medal of Honor Warfighter, which was released this past Tuesday. It
Whoa.
releases. It releases. Wait, today's Friday? Yes, it's Friday. So it released today for people everywhere else in the world, if I'm right about that.
America.
Yeah, America gets it first. Yeah. But the game's great. I'm gonna give my little impression about it, and then I'm gonna cover some of the updates that they've already released for the game. I'm not gonna go into details about it. But I just want to address some misconceptions that everyone has about this game. The first thing I want to say is, if they would have released the beta and it would have been closer graphics wise to the final version of the game, it would have sold a lot better. I know some of my platoon buddies even said that they shouldn't have released a beta at all, because unfortunately it seems like not a lot of people have purchased Medal of Honor Warfighter because of the beta.
A lot of people are saying that.
Yeah, and that's because people don't realize what a beta is for, especially
They messed everything up.
yeah, especially on consoles. Let's just get that out of the way, because on PC, people are playing betas all the time, and they know that it's for technical stuff and to see if your computer can handle it and all that. But everyone basically hasn't bought.
Speaking of betas,
Yeah.
since we were talking over each other, they probably didn't hear me. Speaking of betas.
Oh no, I heard you at least.
No, not you, not you.
Oh, the audience. Okay.
The audience. There's other people here.
Okay, so what beta?
I've got a beta key for a game called Warzy, which is basically a DayZ ripoff, except DayZ is actually a ripoff of it, even though it hasn't come out yet.
Okay.
Because it was already in production before DayZ. Anyway, I have a beta key for that. It's supposed to be awesome. Google it.
Yeah, I have to Google that myself, actually, because I know you already told me about that, and I haven't done research on it. Now, I'm assuming it's only going to be a PC release also?
Yep.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, but it looks very console capable and compatible.
Oh, okay.
Mostly capable.
So if I buy it on the PC, then you're saying that I could put it in my Xbox and I'll be able to play it?
Yeah, we can go with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good for the next gen console, huh? That'll actually be pretty interesting if they ever do that. I think if that ever happens, they'll just get rid of video game consoles altogether. Because you might as well play on the PC. Okay, but anyway, talking about Warfighter. What were we talking about? Oh, right, the beta. So, a lot of people haven't bought Medal of Honor Warfighter because of the beta, which is, their main reason is, oh, the game looks so bad, like, it looks, like it's from Nintendo 64 or something. And I'm just like, come on, are you serious? Like, a beta is to test, like, how the game plays, how the server load is handled, all of that stuff, like, back-end stuff and technical stuff. It's not about the graphics. Now, so yeah, that's the reason no one has really bought Warfighter. I bought it. I received it on Tuesday. I've been live streaming it on my channel. I love the game. I think it's super fun. Coming from Battlefield 3, it's also a lot more close quarters. It definitely competes with Call of Duty. I'm not a Call of Duty fan, as most of you probably know that. So having Medal of Honor Warfighter satisfies me as far as that goes.
Here's an easy description of Medal of Honor Warfighter. It's basically Battlefield 3 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 combined.
Yeah,
so
they made a baby,
so
basically.
It's the worst of both worlds.
The worst. But yeah, I mean, I just hate the fact that a lot of people aren't getting the game because of that whole beta thing. Like, it's stupid to me. But so yeah, the other thing is, during the beta, people were saying that the game's all broken, and the menus. Well, we clarified that in the last podcast, actually, that the menus were a huge, like, cluster bomb, for lack of a better word. Yeah, remember, this is a censored podcast.
Cluster bomb. That's a great alternative. I like that.
But even that, they said it before the game even released and the beta was closed off, is that they had a day one patch coming out, and we'll have some of the things on YouTube while we're talking about this. And this patch is huge. And it was a day one patch. They changed a bunch of things. They changed the UI. They changed the menus of the game. I mean, the final game is a huge difference from the beta alone as far as gameplay and all those technical things. Of course, for those of you that care about graphics, the final game looks a lot better than the beta, because the beta wasn't intended to impress you with graphics. It was just, to test things out. So yeah, they have that day one patch. They have a server patch that also came out on October 24th. This is something that the developer Danger Close clarified way before the game came out, which is that they have the ability to update the game without, releasing a certified patch and all that, just like Battlefield 3 does. But they do it even better with the server updates. So yeah, I know some people don't have the game like Infidel because he can't afford it.
Shut up! Don't remind me of my problems.
No, I know you're lying because you just want to play Arma, and Warfighter will keep you interested.
I could sell Battlefield for Warfighter.
Yeah, I wonder if people have actually done that though. I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm sure somebody has.
A ton of people did that for Borderlands 2, so maybe they got bored of Borderlands 2 right now, and then they traded it in for Warfighter.
I could do that for Halo.
You're gonna trade in what? Battlefield?
No, not Battlefield. Battlefield's too important.
Oh, it's close to your heart.
Yeah, even though I don't play it.
Yeah,
but if I didn't have
can't
it,
get
I
rid
would
of
want to
Battlefield
play
either. I mean, we have Battlefield Premium. We can't get rid of it until we at least have all the DLC.
Seriously.
Then we're just shafting ourselves because it's gonna be like, oh, I just traded it in for Viva Pinata 3, and I don't even have all the DLC yet.
Oh my god! I just traded in Battlefield for $2 at GameStop, and I bought another $2 game, and
now I have a pack of gum and a really bad game.
I went on to YouTube's and I saw that Battlefield is now the best game on Xbox today.
Right, they released like this massive patch that takes like a day to download, and then they fix everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's about it. I talked about my Medal of Honor Warfighter. That's what's keeping me entertained with my Warfix for now, so far this week.
Okay, if we cover Minecraft and then I go into my Arma antics, we might have an actual short podcast.
Yeah, okay. Well, you cover Minecraft because I know that's your other passionate game after Arma took over.
I play Minecraft? No.
You used to.
Well, I have Minecraft for PC now, so everything kind of blurs together. So there was an update for Minecraft. It added a lot of stuff. I think it brought up to 1.8.
Yeah, we're going to have to put that in the YouTube thing as well because that's a pretty long patch. So we'll put the patch notes up and then... Yeah.
And basically, the cooler things they added, they raised the height limit. There's no player height limit, but there are blocks height limit. They brought it up to the... They brought it up like 100 something blocks. I don't know. And they added Enderman, the hunger bar, sprint. The sprint system is actually really stupid.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
You have to double tap forward the analog stick to sprint. And stackable food. Cows and chickens drop meat now. Cave spiders.
They added webs.
Oh, villages as well?
Yeah, except I've already seen on a couple of websites that villages don't actually have, I guess you could call it... Villagers. Yeah, I was going to say population, but yeah, villagers would be a good word. But yeah, so...
Villages but no villagers. They died by the hands of creepers.
Then, of course, they added creative mode, which is like one of the biggest things.
Creative mode. That's something I missed.
Wow. That's one of the biggest things people are waiting for.
It's actually not that bad. It's enjoyable. We're getting closer to the PC version, even though I just updated my PC Minecraft to the next update.
Wow.
So PC Minecraft is actually updating a lot faster than the Xbox Minecraft is.
Yeah, you surprised me like crazy when I asked you what the version was for the PC, and you told me it was like 3 point something.
No, it's 1.4.
Oh, 1.4. Okay. I guess maybe you said 1.3. Is that what I misunderstood?
Yeah.
Wait, how does that make sense? Because isn't the
It's actually 1.3 point derp.
point derp?
I think I'm wrong. I think I mean 2 point something. Hold on, I can open it up
Yeah,
right now.
something's wrong there because the Xbox One was definitely 1.8.2 or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah, that sounds right. And keep them entertained while I open this.
Yeah, because at that
It's actually.
like, oh, you got it.
Yeah, I got it right here. Its current PC is 1.4.2. The current Xbox, I believe, is does not have the third number.
Oh, okay. Oh, so the whole issue then is they work on a different version number. That's what's going on. Which, if they're smart about that, they will abuse that and never make the Xbox version the same as the PC one. Because since they have different version numbers, you know, they're not going based on the same system and all that. They'll just put whatever they want to.
Uh huh.
But yeah, anyway, I mean, they added creative mode, which is cool. I haven't even tried it out because I prefer survival on Minecraft. I just think it's funner, and you know, you find your resources and you actually build stuff instead of being like some god and flying around.
Yeah.
Now, I was actually going to ask you a question. If I know you play on the PC now, so maybe you'll get confused on the answer. But were you able to try after this patch came out on the 360 version? I know you had asked me, or you had mentioned it, if you could like lure the chickens into like a farm or
You
whatever.
can't.
Can you do that? Oh,
You cannot. There is no luring animals yet with wheat. Yet there
yeah.
is fence gates and that kind of stuff. Like everything's all ready for it, except you can't lure the animal.
Yeah. The other thing I hated when I downloaded the patch for the 360 version, um, I noticed it like right away, and it's a small thing, but I went into my food chest, you know, where I had all my food, and it didn't automatically like stack up together. So I
I
literally
didn't
had to.
expect it to do that.
Yeah, I expected it to do that. Like they could just put some code in to like bunch it together. So I had to go like one by one with my pieces of bread, like my 500 loaves of bread, and put them together. It
Yeah,
was pretty bad.
a glitch that happened when I first started it up is when I loaded into my survival world, and all the chests that had items
Yep.
in it that were
Yep.
updated, they were all like misplaced and shaded out.
Yeah. Did that go away though once you restarted again? Because I know you
No,
said
I had to break every single chest and put them back.
Yeah, I didn't bother. That's a huge bug. I'm sure everyone's experiencing that, so I'm not even gonna bother like googling it to see if like there's a fix or something, because I'm sure that'll have to be fixed with a patch.
All right, so that's Minecraft.
Yeah. Next game.
If
We're
you
going
do you
to
have anything else to talk about before I go into my
No, we're going into Infidel's world now.
Whoa! I'm taking Alec's role. Yeah. Now, Alec, you have to comment on things you don't like, comment on things you do like, and stutter, and that will be and say something stupid that will end up being the title.
Okay.
All right. So I guess I'll start talking about Daisy to start with.
Okay.
There's at this point, Daisy has undergone a lot of updates uh, in the past like 2 weeks, including a lot of other maps, including like
You're looking for the name?
yeah, I can't find it. Hold on. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new maps on top of the original Chernarus, which everybody still plays. There's a lot of different updates and all that good stuff. It's becoming a lot less fun as noobs come into the game. And with that comes the base game getting ruined by kids that don't know what they're doing.
Now, I have a
Because
question already.
yeah. Oh, I'm
Okay,
fine
so
with this. I like it.
I know, like, before all these maps that you just counted, how many have they added recently?
4 of them were in the past month.
Okay, that's what I figured. Because initially there was the first map that the mod started with, and then they added 2 more, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's actually the original map. Then for a long time they just stuck with the same thing and only updated the game, the mod
Right.
itself, and then they added a map called Linger Island, which
Right, that's
was
the one I heard about. Yeah.
which basically was everybody was like, "Oh my god, a new map, and that was the one new map for like a month, and then they started adding a bunch of other ones like from that are from the base game, uh, for tactical realism servers, like Fallujah, which is based obviously around Fallujah, Iraq.
And now
The
these are in
giant city.
DayZ?
Huh?
And now
Yeah.
these maps are available in DayZ? Okay, that's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what are the maps based on or whatever, but I guess you just answered it because it's based on
Yeah.
the...
Linger Island is like a South Pacific island, jungle island, and Fallujah is Fallujah. There's Namalsk is a Russian winter, and that kind of stuff.
So, and those are all maps that are available in Arma in the single player or multiplayer?
Uh, they are available in the multiplayer by downloading them through 6 Updater,
Okay.
because they cannot be played without downloading them. They're a mod.
Oh, okay.
They're modded. The base maps for the game are Chernarus, Takistan, and Zargabad.
God, these names. They just make me laugh to say them.
Yeah, and those are the only those are all DayZ maps as well. The DayZ map I'm looking forward to is called Klafgan, which is basically it's supposed to be Afghanistan, like Korengal Valley style.
Uh-huh.
And I haven't had a chance to play it yet, because I can't find any servers that run it in the base game multiplayer. And that concludes DayZ. Very boring stuff now.
Is that because the map isn't done, or it's because, like...
No, I don't know why nobody runs it. I think it's because there's better maps,
Oh, okay.
like Fallujah. I normally play using the ACE mod, which stands for, surprisingly is an acronym. It stands for Advanced Combat Environment. Basically, makes this realistic game a lot more realistic.
Well, I would...
A
Now, is that
lot.
actually... Okay, let's ask you a question here. Because I'm wondering that. Like, if I were to... Well, not really if I were to play the game, but to you, is it... Like, all that extra realism... Is it, like, 90% of the time fun for you? Or 90% of the time, like, you hate it because it's so realistic?
It's fun that's so realistic, but there are parts that you'll hate.
Yeah. And what are
Because with
some
mods, there's
what are
always
some of the
fun.
things they add, like, that make it even more, like, ultra realistic or whatever?
It adds a lot of vehicles, weapons, that kind of stuff. It adds there's a lot of stuff. Like I gotta think what to prioritize here. They add this system of like earplugs, goggles, that kind of stuff. If you don't have
Oh, wow,
earplugs
okay.
in, when you shoot off an AT4 or something next to you, your hearing will go out for a second, and your
Wow.
ears will be ringing. If you shoot a lot, like full auto weapon, your ears will start ringing. If you're if you're like next to a landing helicopter without goggles on, it'll start getting all blurry and dusty.
Wow, so they went like all out, and you said that was a mod, right, for the game?
Yeah, that's a mod.
Wow.
And with Ace, people normally get a mod called Acre, which is it's a communications mod, which basically makes everything involving communications more realistic. It has this whole radio system where, depending on the radio you have, you can have certain ranges, and the highest range radio is basically in a backpack.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
But
I mean,
I haven't set it up because it's very difficult. It involves TeamSpeak.
oh, okay. Now, all the bad thing about all these mods, I guess, is that you obviously have to join a server that has all those mods enabled, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Now, are there a lot of those servers? Like, I'm sure there's a lot of Ace servers, but like with that radio mod as well.
Anything with Ace normally uses Acre as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess they're trying to keep, everything that's realistic, they keep it together.
Yeah, but there's a lot of scattered mods. Like Ace is like the base of it. There's a lot of scattered mods that servers use on their own. Like a lot of servers are clan owned, and they have their own personal mod
Oh,
for their
okay.
clan that adds like the stuff they like multicam uniforms and that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
A lot of them have a mod that adds an MRAP, which is
What's that?
basically the U.S. Army's replacement for a Humvee.
Oh.
It's mine resistant, uh, something vehicle MRAP.
So it's basically like an upgraded Humvee, is what it is. It like it's more durable and everything against attacks, I guess you could say.
Yeah, you could put a picture in the YouTube version. You can just Google it and you'll find it.
Yeah.
MRAB, MRAB.
Yeah. I just noticed that you're gonna have to make me Google a bunch of Arma things now, so I can keep people
Yeah,
entertained that are watching on YouTube.
yeah,
It's a
and
shame, like obviously you don't have any gameplay like on your computer, and I'm not gonna use someone
yeah,
else's stuff.
yeah.
But I guess we'll be
A
looking at
bunch of others.
screenshots.
Yeah, a bunch of other scattered mods would be like a mod called EOD, which adds a bunch of realism to the IED system. So if you're going down the road, there might be an IED on the road, and you'll have to stop. You'll have to take out an EOD bot, and you'll have to go down, try and disarm it, or you can put on a bomb suit and go down.
Wow.
And if you drive by it, it will explode and most likely take out half your convoy.
That's insane.
Yep.
Now, when you play on
IEDs are
on
actually
one
in
of
the
these
base
servers
game.
in Arma, these like I don't even know how to ask this question. Like, for example, that scenario that you just mentioned, with the bomb, the IED, and all that, is that something that you would experience in a server that's like scripted, if that makes sense? Like, you're not just jumping in there and then there's like bombs all over the place, right?
It's I kind of understand what you're asking. It's you're asking if it's like 100%, if it's all scripted, like if you play in that server every day, you'll know what's gonna happen.
Right.
In that case, no, that's not true. But it is not just all random. Arma 2 has a unique scripting system where it will have a random. It basically picks the script out of a jar.
Okay.
And depending on where the players in the game are, it will adjust to that situation.
Oh, okay, okay. And like I know you could jump in and out of servers. So when you jump into a server, is there like a designated spawn area that kind of like protects you for a bit, or can you possibly spawn like in the
Correct.
middle of a battle?
You will not spawn. Uh, I see why you're not really understanding Arma that well.
Yeah.
Uh, basically, basically everything is you're in Iraq or Afghanistan, and you spawn in the base that has helicopters, jets, all the gear and everything, Humvees, strikers, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And hopefully everybody's coordinated and they have like an A10 flying cover while a 6 vehicle convoy heads out. You got to make sure you have like a medic vehicle. You got to make sure you have an anti-tank vehicle, all that kind of stuff. Have a helicopter flying cover. Maybe have a little bird flying CAS, which is close air support.
Right. That makes. So I mean, I don't know why I wasn't understanding it, but yeah, it's basically like any other, like Battlefield 3, for example. You start off with all your transports and all that, and then you coordinate like how to move out and everything, right?
Yeah, I guess, but it's a lot slower, and and that's a good thing. You're not it's not rushing around killing people. I mean, the maps are huge.
Right, and then that's how you would run into IEDs and stuff. If you actually have like an enemy, small convoy driving around and they're putting IEDs in the road and all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That's cool. I mean, and the duration of these battles depends on, obviously, like, is there a score system or it's always based on time, like the time limit or something?
It depends on the mode.
Okay.
Uh, the one that has IEDs is normally patrol ops, which is basically you're an MP in Iraq.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Like you're just everything's based on the war we're in now.
Oh, original, I guess.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah,
probably
like
be the easiest game to reproduce that in anyway, because of the
yeah.
mods and all that.
Yeah, so you have the base, and then you can go out and you try and find the insurgents. You in patrol ops, you can question civilians. Everybody's an insurgent. Well, not everybody, you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
like all the enemies are insurgents, and civilians can be hostile. Some civilians will have suicide bombs on them. So you have to. There's wire ties that you can carry with you to detain civilians
Oh, that's crazy.
and question them.
Yeah, I know one time in one of the other podcasts you mentioned that there was some situation that you were questioning someone or whatever, and then someone just like went crazy and killed them all. I don't know if that was you
Yep.
that told me.
Yeah, that was,
But yeah,
and
so I mean, you got to go into DayZ now, or did you already cover that?
I covered Daisy already in the beginning.
Okay.
And I'll end by talking about the I44 mod, which is basically making Arma 2 a World War II game.
Oh wow. Okay. Now, how complete is that mod to start off with? I guess since you're gonna talk about that.
100% complete. It's
Oh,
very
okay.
nice.
Oh.
It's there's a lot of different game modes. There's actually a Normandy map where you will spawn in landing craft, and AI will take you ashore in the landing craft, and you'll have to fight your way across the beach. And
That
then
sounds awesome.
over time you move in past the beach into like Carentan, and after that you move up to an airfield to secure it.
Now, how accurate is the map to the real life event? I guess.
Well, they made the Normandy map with Trinaris, which is the base map.
Oh, okay.
They just added to Trinaris.
So they really didn't. Were they able to manipulate? Like, I don't know if they could do that in the mods. Are they able to manipulate like the base of the map, or they had to build around that?
Oh, they got rid of all the modern looking stuff and they replaced it with their own skins.
Oh, okay.
There's a in Chernars in the base game there is no beach per se.
Right. So they were able to put a
So
beach in there, or
yeah, so they put a beach in.
okay. So yeah, it's pretty accurate to
Yeah,
the real.
they reskinned everything to make it look World War II. All the jets have been reskinned to be planes like P-51s.
Yeah. Now, were they also changed as far as physics and all that, or they can't do that in the
Yes,
mods?
they
Oh, that's
changed that.
crazy then.
You can basically do whatever you want to the game when you're making
Yeah,
a
it
mod,
sounds
as long
like
as you
it.
have
I
the
mean,
skills.
I wouldn't doubt if, you've heard of America's Army, right? At some point.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt if, with all these mods and stuff from Arma, I didn't know they had so much power, like, to make basically whatever you want in that game. I'm sure a lot of militaries are using that, like, for training now.
Yeah.
Because
Probably.
it sounds like they could basically do anything in that. I mean, if you even have, like, a team of people working on a mod, you could make something, like, internally, and there's your training.
Yep.
They must have used that for Osama bin Laden. I wouldn't doubt it.
There's actually a game mode for that.
Yeah, I think you had mentioned that to me one time. That they had released like the map or something, and you saw people playing it or something like that.
Yep.
But yeah, that's so is that it for Infidel's World on
Yep.
the Back to Battlefield
I'm done.
podcast?
The back to Arma podcast.
Yeah, the back. That's still the wrong name, Infidel.
All right.
I was actually thinking though, we'll probably update the actual podcast image maybe by episode 10. Just to make sense of
Woo.
everything. That way, people that see the podcast when they find it on iTunes or even YouTube, you don't see the image and just think, it's all about Battlefield. Because I know the name refers to Battlefield, but like we mentioned in the past few podcasts, we are going to
It's back
cover
to-
anything.
It's back to whatever Battlefield.
Yeah, basically, we're going to cover anything that involves guns and a battlefield, quote unquote. So that's what we'll talk about. Yes, Minecraft has a battlefield. You're fighting against creepers and all those crazy things in there. But yeah, that's about it. So you're done, right, Infidel? No more.
I'm done.
All right. Well, thanks for watching episode 8 of the Back to Battlefield podcast, and we'll see you guys for episode 9.
I love
All right.
you all.
Thanks for watching. See ya.
Cheese.